this. Hey everybody. This is boxing talk with me and Emperor Michael. It's been a lot going on this week. Brook. The zone started their week with the Danny Jacobs and what did he fight? John Ryder. Anyways, you watched the zone card weekend. What do you think of it?
You alright? How are you?
Yeah, what do you think of the weekend? You watched the box last weekend, the zone card. What do you think?
Oh, the recent DAZN cards.
Yeah, what do you think?
You know, it's a shame. It's quite funny. I actually did a video the night before. I was talking about robberies in boxing. And what do you know it? Another robbery in boxing. I think the fights were decent, but to me, no way Danny Jacobs lost that fight. I mean, look, he won the first 6 rounds clearly, and then he started falling apart. But no, to me, Danny Jacobs won that fight.
Yeah, I had it 8 rounds to 4. Yeah, I think Danny won the first 6, and he won 9 and 10.
Look, he won the first 6 rounds, and out of the last 6, all he has to do is win 1 round. You're not going to tell me that John Ryder won the last 6 rounds, but he did very well. He almost knocked Jacobs out. I'm not disputing that, but John Ryder didn't win that fight. I know John Ryder got robbed against Callum Smith, but this is just a dirty sport, isn't it? It's just you need to punish these people, these referees and judges. You know, it's very shameful. You had Ellie Scottney. Who was the other fight? What was the other one?
Yeah, Johnny Fisher had a tough fight as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just not looking good for DAZN, if I'm honest. It's just not looking good. What did you think, Yemi?
Yeah, I think pretty much, it was definitely a robbery. Jacobs clearly won. Like I said, I don't think Hearn had any use for Jacobs, to be honest with you. And I think that was his last fight with Matchroom, and I just think he was expendable, and I guess there was more left for Eddie to use Ryder than for Jacobs.
Yeah, Ryder's more useful, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's a younger fighter. I guess there's more left in the tank. And I think so. Why do you think Jacob? I think Jacob let himself go on the gas tank. Why do you think Jacobs got too lazy, got too complacent? Why do you think Jacobs applied more pressure to a later half?
I don't know. It looks so elite early on. It just he was dominating with ease, and I mean, but that's just boxing. I mean, look, you can't underestimate anyone. You're getting punched in the head. So I give John Ryder credit. He turned the fight around, but he didn't do enough there. He didn't win that fight. But
you actually think Eddie can? You actually think Eddie can convince? A lot of people think Eddie or try to convince try to sell a fight with Canelo and Jacobs. Do actually Canelo actually fight Jacobs?
So Jacobs?
Yeah, not Jacobs. Sorry, Ryder.
Canelo Ryder.
Do you actually think Eddie can convince Canelo to fight Ryder?
Yeah, but look, it's great that I've got someone to talk to, because look, I'm not being rude, but I left a few comments on some of my videos recently, and like I said, I'm not being rude. I was just saying stuff like a lot of fans are dumb and they're gullible. And look, the thing about Eddie Hearn though, and the thing about Canelo Ryder, it could happen. I'm not saying it will, but there's a good chance it could happen. I mean, that fight's an event, and I just think Eddie's gonna sell it to because a lot of these people that go to Eddie Hearn shows, there's a lot of young people, a lot of hip people, a lot of the Only Way is Essex crowd, and I think Eddie's just gonna sell them on it, because look, a lot of them, they're not. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but a lot of them, they're not boxing fans. They just want to go to some of these events. Like, you got all these Anthony Joshua fans, but if you say to them who's the top 10 heavyweights in the world, they're not going to know. So they're not boxing fans. And it's going to be very easy for Eddie Hearn to convince a lot of these people. Because you know you're boxing, but I'm not being rude. Obviously, I understand not everyone's a boxing fan, I get that, but a lot of people, they're gullible, I can see Eddie Hearn selling that fight. I can see it happening.
Okay, okay. And what do you think of, do you watch any of the fights? Do you watch the Eddie Scotney fight? Do you watch the Johnny Fisher?
Let's say again, which fight?
You watch any other fights? Eddie Scotney fight? Because she had a tough fight as well. She had a really tough fight. A lot of people think she lost her fight.
Canelo.
Eddie Scotney.
Oh, sorry, Scotney. All right. So it's just a bit of background noise. I think Ellie Scotney's a good. She's got good ability, but I don't get the thing with this fascination with Shane McGuigan. I mean, how many people is he training? Dubois, Okoli, Scotney. I mean, how many? Who went to him recently? Caroline Dubois, Daniel Dubois. I just don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna have the time to handle all these different people. And then the problem is, take someone like Ellie Scotney, you're not going to have as much time as the Acolis and the Daniel Dubois. So there's not going to be as much time to develop her weaknesses. It's not a ability, but I just.
Do you think she won the fight or she lost?
It was a very close fight. If I'm honest, I don't know. You could call it a loss.
She's very fair-fisted though. She hasn't got any power whatsoever. She's very fair-fisted.
No. I don't know. I just think, in my opinion, and I think your opinion is as valid as mine. I think power, if you want to build power, I just don't get why people keep going to Shane. Like, I'm not saying he's not a good trainer, but he's not going to have the time. Like, you need someone to focus on you, I think power to a certain degree is natural. I think there's a limit to how much power you can have. Because think about it, look, everyone does the same training. Everyone hits the bag, pads, lifts weights. Some people punch like Canelo. Some people punch like Beterbiev. And some people punch like Paulie Malignaggi. So I just think naturally not everyone can punch. Katie Taylor obviously can't punch. So I just think Scotty's naturally limited. And if you have the right trainer, they can maximize your power. But how the hell is Shane, and I'm going to ask Shane McGuigan, how the hell is he going to have time for all these fighters? You haven't got enough hours in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Same issue with Ben Davison. Ben Davison's got a lot of fights, especially in the next 2 months. He's got Taylor and Catchrow. Then he's got Lee Wood and Mick Conlon. He's got a busy schedule, and it's got so how's he gonna these trainers and these big stables? How are gonna manage the time, really, especially with these big fighters?
Yeah, but as you said, it's like Ben Davidson. Ben Davidson's got all these different fighters, and there's not enough hours in the day. And people don't realize that being a trainer, it's hard work. I mean, so these trainers' bodies, and they're not going to have the same amount of to hold it together for a camp. Well, it's up to these people, but I wouldn't go to people like Shane and Ben because, look, they're good trainers. I'm not saying they're bad, and I'll say it to their face. But I just think they're not going to have the time. They're not going to have the time to focus on you, to work on your weaknesses. Adam Booth's another one. Adam Booth is probably about 50 years old, something like that. So when you get someone like Shannon Courtney going to him, yeah, but obviously he can't do for you what he did for David Haye. Because when he was with David Haye, Adam Booth was a young, hungry man. He's not going to have that same energy, that same time. And obviously David Haye, don't get me started on David Haye in the sense that, like, David Haye, he's a massive puncher. This is what a lot of people don't get. You can train with whoever you like. If you haven't got the power and the talent, then you're limited. David Haye at the age of 18, this guy was knocking people out at European level. Like, that's talent. And I think 99% of fighters, you just haven't got that kind of talent, I mean, maybe you can build it, but it's just difficult, it's a difficult sport.
Yeah, difficult. So regarding the undercard, Johnny Fisher, do you see his fight? Because he had a really tough fight. Really, really tough. Do you think he slapped up Johnny Fisher?
Oh yeah, I haven't actually seen it, if I'm honest.
It was a tough fight. He won it, but he was very tough though, because he definitely struggled, to put his force on that guy. That fight came to fight. So I'm thinking that Eddie might slow him down because he's a big ticket seller. So Eddie might be slow to rush him. He might lower his level of fights next time. Because he struggled definitely. struggled with this opponent before on Saturday.
Johnny Fisher, I mean, look, it's very simple. The guy can sell a lot of tickets. So it's just business, isn't it? He can sell a lot of tickets, so they give him opportunities. That's all it is. I mean, how many tickets did he sell? For like 2,000 or something. If you look at Raheem Noble, Raheem's a friend of mine. He used to box. But if you look at Raheem's Twitter page, there's a video of Johnny Fisher's fans at Wood Green Tube Station. Like, the guy brings a fan base. And when you bring a fan base and you can sell tickets, they give you more opportunities. It's just business, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, it's business. So that's why I'm not. That's what I don't think. I got a feeling that he will maybe, he'll fight. Will slow down Johnny's progress. He'll maybe fight less opposition next fight. Might fight a less advanced journeyman probably because because Johnny Fisher definitely showed he definitely got a lot to learn. Definitely far from the finished article. Definitely got a lot to learn. Definitely got some more tools to sharpen.
Johnny Fisher, I've seen fights of his before. Look, I wish everyone in boxing well, but I just don't think he's going to go far. I think boxing's a very difficult sport, and he's not the best. He's not the most talented. He hasn't really done much as an amateur. And boxing's just a very difficult sport. I mean, who's a good example? You see so many fighters that are it's like Dave Allen. I'm not disrespect to Dave Allen. Obviously, he's a higher level than Johnny Fisher. But it's not, if you just haven't got the ability, it's just difficult you just can't do it. It's difficult to replicate. Yeah, he might have been able to knock out people at a low level, but at a high level, obviously, as we say, just stands there, just gets beaten up, doesn't he? And yeah, I just don't think Johnny Fisher's going to go far, but it's just business. Like, so who's like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and these sort of people. There's just, if you can do money in numbers, people in boxing will give you opportunities.
Do you think Johnny Fisher can beat Fabio Wall? Do you reckon on the same level?
To the best of my ability, I keep saying this, I'm not, anybody watching this, including you, your opinion's as valid as mine. From what I can see, I could be wrong. I can't see him beating Wardley. I think Wardley just looks to be performing at a high level. I don't know if there's anyone that disagrees. What do you think, Yemi?
No, I think Fabio Wall is definitely a level above Johnny Fisher. I'm not too sure. Maybe Johnny Fisher is at best English level. I don't think he's ready for a British title. Maybe a best Southern area English title, maybe, but definitely not a British title at the start of this stage.
So I've been around boxing a long time. As I said, there's no shame in that. It's just difficult. Boxing's a very difficult sport, and to get past a certain point, it's just difficult, especially when you're a certain age, as Fisher is. If you haven't got a certain amount of skill, it's just difficult to replicate. I'm trying to think of a good example. Who's a good? But let's just say the YouTubers, Jake Paul and Logan Paul. If you look at how big they are, I'm not saying I beat them. I'd be willing to jump in the ring with them tomorrow. If it's like sparring or whatever, I'd be willing to go full power. So obviously, I'm not saying I can beat them, but I don't rate them. I'd be willing to take the risk. Like, even if it was sparring. Obviously, if you take Johnny Fisher, obviously I'm not going to go in there and, I'm not going to tell him full power. But I think it's a point I'm trying to make. I just don't. They haven't got much ability. I don't think I'm being disrespectful, but boxing just hard. It's hard to get past a certain point.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. How about who's a good example? I don't want to make it sound like it's about me. Okay, maybe Dave Allen. Dave Allen's a good example. Just couldn't sort himself out, could he? And you see a lot of people that are just British level, European level, and they just can't get past any further, can they?
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what Johnny Fisher knows Johnny is, but definitely it's going to be slowed down. I don't think it will. I think the next opponent will definitely be a step down from the last opponent, because I think Johnny Fisher definitely is far, far, far from a British title. Far, far. A long way to go.
To be honest, I don't think they care. I don't think Eddie or Matchroom care about Johnny Fisher. I just think they know it. They probably know it, but they're just trying to make that ticket money. Because if you once you start talking to more fighters, obviously a lot of fighters struggle to sell tickets. Selling tickets is hard. So when you get that rare person like Johnny Fisher who can sell a lot of tickets, then obviously they're desperate. It's just about money. Eddie Hearn's got a wife and kids, and if you're a promoter, I mean, obviously people give promoters a hard time, but there's a lot of money involved. Pay for the venue, pay for the security, pay for this, pay for that. It's a difficult sport, so I understand. Obviously, I understand why they use people like Johnny Fisher, but just don't try to tell me he's good. Like, I'm not stupid. Don't try to tell me he's going to do this or that in boxing. I don't see it.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, hopefully, the card are 10. To be honest with you, apart from one more fight. The actually the only decent fight really there was the Felix Cash fight. Did you watch that one?
Oh,
Felix Cash.
yeah, that I did watch because when they're trying to say this stuff about he can beat Eubank, my immediate answer was no. But I thought, all right, let me just make sure.
You got put down twice though, and it was a 10-round fight, and he struggled quite a bit with that Russian. That Russian came to fight.
Yeah, look, that Russian guy was tough, and I respect all fighters, but I'm not just fighters. I respect everyone, like same as you, or people are just people. I'm not gonna, I don't look down on anyone, but yeah, I mean, like Eddie was trying to tell us he's gonna beat Eubank, but you're getting dropped repeatedly by this Russian guy. Then you cut it out of the highlights. They're trying to hide the fact he got dropped. I mean, look, no disrespect, and I wish Cash well. And you never know in boxing. You can look bad in one fight, you can look great in the next fight, but no, I don't see him beating Eubank. And I don't think we've even seen the best of Eubank. I mean, Eubank was just messing around too much.
Yeah, he was messing around, held back against Williams. Yeah, I agree. I think Cash is definitely can't bet Eubank. He might give Eubank a good fight, but it's definitely not. I don't think he can beat him. Definitely not at this stage. It's far too green, far too green in a 2-3 fight like Eubank now, and it was an entertaining fight. I give him that because to be honest, that was his own card. It was like maybe 4 out of 10, lackluster performances pretty much from everyone. Definitely was worth seeing live. I'm glad I did pay to see it live, and I don't think Eddie's got, apart from the Joshua rematch, I don't think Eddie's got anything worth seeing. And maybe the Kate Taylor fight would be good, but I don't think at the moment it's been a post out to the year from Matchroom.
No, it has, and I think Eddie makes bad choices, and I think he's a very intelligent guy, but the impression that I get, like the ego's getting to him. Like he thinks it's about him. Well, like, don't take us for mugs. Like, I'm a 31-year-old man. I don't care, but just give me good fights. But he tries to make it about him, but then you're letting all these fighters slip through your fingers. Tasha Jonas gone, Hara Davies gone, and you're upsetting people like Deontay Wilder. You're upsetting who's the other guy? Khan, Brook. So
I'm hoping he will put I'm hoping Joshua Watson will actually fight Callum Smith. You actually think that will happen? Callum Smith, Joshua Watson.
I don't see it. It could happen. I just don't see it though. I don't think.
And again, like you said, Eddie, I think unless you're a ticket seller, Eddie will probably let you let your career go down the downslide because he only cares about brands, and Carl Smith is not a ticket seller. So hopefully he will use he'll make him fight Joshua Barazzi and make Barazzi a step up fight, and we'll see how good he really is because at the moment Barazzi is just not using Barazzi at all really.
Look, the thing about Eddie Hearn, I'll say it briefly. I mean, look, I met everyone today. I met Adam Smith and all these different people. I couldn't get the interviews, but listen, obviously everyone knows who I am, so I got a chance to talk to people. But I just think Eddie's made a massive mistake because the thing about DAZN, but these fighters, they're not going to get seen. Like I've said this to you before. Joshua Buatsi, if he was to walk around London, to be honest, I'll bet he can walk around London for 24 hours straight and not get
Yeah, no.
recognised.
Yeah, under
So
100%.
what I'm saying, there's no commercial value.
You can't make a superstar with on the zone. Eddie Hearn's not creating any superstar on the zone. 100% agree. It's not looking good for the next AJ, next big superstar.
No way, no chance. And then when you talk about Conor Ben's never gonna come close to AJ. I don't mean that in a rude way.
Yeah.
I just think it's not on his own. The only chance you could have, if you're gonna try and build a fighter on his own, the only chance is if it's that 1 in a million. If it's a Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, or even, I'm not trying to sound
that really eccentric character, that large and life character.
Someone like me, I'm not trying to sound arrogant. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm in the same league as them fight ability, but I can talk. Anybody I met today, listen, anybody, I'm a great talker. So if it's someone like Muhammad Ali or me, maybe. Well, it's not maybe. If it's Muhammad Ali, yes.
The thing,
Ali would.
The thing as well, he's kind of been fighting next. Apparently, the Misuka fight is fell through now. He's fighting a guy called Chris Van Dien? Is it Van Dien?
Van Herden.
Van Herden.
I mean, look, if I'm objective and I'm honest,
like you said, the thing is though, the zone. I don't think they got the money to get like the big names like Adrian Broner. I just don't think Brazil can afford those big names at the moment.
I don't know the ins and outs.
They'll take it with Canelo. They'll pay Canelo 85 million because Canelo is a guaranteed, a guaranteed, cash cow at the moment. Conor is still uncertain.
Conor, obviously, he's not proven. He hasn't beaten anybody. And I'm trying to. Who's he beaten? He beat that announcer, the commentator, Algeri.
Yeah.
They're not these fighters. They're not. Look, I've met all of them. Yeah, I've met who actually met Conor. Look, I'm not. If you want me to talk straight, they're boring people. They can't talk, so they're never going to become big names on their own. And in my opinion, take Conor Ben, he's not good enough to beat the best. But I met Terence Crawford today. He punched me in the stomach lightly. He's not good enough. He's not good enough to beat Crawford. No way. He's not good enough to beat.
I wish you recorded that. I wish you recorded that punch in the stomach.
He's not going to dominate his division, and it's like you don't want to put him in with anyone. Stop trying to put him in with old people like Khan and Brook. Listen, I met Amir Khan Friday, 28th of August, 2009. It's the same day I met Muhammad Ali, so that's why I remember. I met Khan just after he got knocked out by Prescott. Khan, his career was washed up then. That was 2009. And now you're trying to tell us that Conor Ben versus Khan and Brook. These guys are old men. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could still beat him, and I'd love to see them guys beat Conor Ben. But it's like, he's got ability, and you never know, maybe he might become world champion, but I don't see it. So as I say, these guys, they're not going to become big on their own, no way.
Anyways, speaking to another big event, Khan Brook, what's your predictions? How do you see it going?
A hard fight. If I had to lean towards one, I'll probably go for Khan on points. I think Brook's just not going to be have the energy to knock him out. They're both years past their best. I just think Brook's taking more damage, and I just don't think he can. I don't think he can knock out Khan. He's not gonna beat Khan on points. You're gonna have to knock him out, and I just don't think he can knock out Khan. Not anymore. Who do you think will win, Yemi?
I don't think the fight goes the distance. I think it's going to be Khan and stoppage between mid to late, maybe between round 6 to 10. I think Khan and stoppage. He's not going the distance. Okay. I can't see the fight going. Khan could win by stoppage, but I think it'll be early stoppage. But I think it's got. I don't think either way. This fight's not going the distance. It's going to end up in stoppage. I think both fighters are both washed up, and I got a feeling Brook might be half blind. I think his eye sockets haven't fully healed. That's hence why he got stopped by Crawford early.
Yeah.
So I don't think the fight's going the distance. I think it's going to end up with stoppage. It's either Khan late stoppage or Brook early stoppage.
Okay, we'll see.
It definitely,
I got
definitely. I bet money it's not going to distance either way, unless it's fixed. It's not going to distance.
it's not going to be fixed.
Just for because the rematch. The thing is, the rematch clause. Hence why there's a chance that he may go the distance just for the sake of a rematch, a bigger payday for a rematch.
Yeah, but that's just legal talk. I don't.
If they both
I don't see the fight being...
if they both really want it, it's going to go. It's going to end up in stoppage.
Okay, but yeah, I don't see the fight being fixed. I mean, I believe that the referees and judges do get fixed in boxing. That I do believe. Not the fighters, because if you've sparred, the thing is, once you get in there, once it's the fight, it's going to be too hard for the fighters to control themselves. So I don't see the fighters being fixed. But look, maybe you could fix the referees and judges, but I don't see why you could. You know, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I just don't think the fight's going to distance. The only way it's going to distance is the fight somehow fixed. They want a rematch. They want wait for a rematch thing. Cool.
That's just part of the contract. That's just part of the That's just part of the.
Is this rematch clause only if Khan loses? Is a rematch clause? Is it? If...
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
But that's just what's the word I'm looking for? It's just them just covering their backs. Just that little bit of caution. I'll give you an example. I spoke to Nisei Sauerland, who's Kelly's brother. He said, I can get you a sparring session with Mikhail Kessler.
Yeah.
But he said he said I have to sign like a non-disclosure.
Yeah,
if I get
I remember. You told me about this. Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, the thing about the fight being a rematch clause, I just think that's just Khan's side, the lawyers and whatever. They're just. I met his team. He's got a team. I met his dad, and they're just trying to look out for their best interests. But I don't think you can fix a fight, because if you've sparred, when I say fix a fight, I don't think you're going to fix the fighters, because things they don't like each other. So once you actually get in there, it's like when I sparred Brook. Brook dropped me about 4 times, didn't he? Look, I could have got up if I wanted to, but once he started swinging it, because what happened? I landed a lucky shot, and once he got angry and he started digging into my body, I could have got up if I wanted, but I started panicking, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you're fighting for a better day. You save it for a better another day.
And every time I got up, he was going even harder. So I panicked. I just don't see, when you get these two guys that don't like each other and they're in there having a fight, I don't see how you're going to tell them, all right, guys, I want you to do this, do that. I just don't see it. Yeah, you can fix the referees and judges. I don't see how you can fix the fighters. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I can't see this fight going a distance. I can't.
Yeah,
if you really go out, it's going to stoppage. I think they're both washed up, both past the prime. So I can't see it going a distance. They really at it. If they really go at it, they really, use their bad blood and go for Brook. I think it's either late stoppage or Brook early stoppage.
I agree. I can see that. I've got another question. So we've spoken about Eddie Hearn before. If you had that Eddie Hearn interview for an hour or whatever, what would you say are hard questions? What hard questions would you ask him? I just want to say quickly, like, a lot of people have annoyed me, like when they were saying that I'm not asking Eddie Hearn any hard questions. Look here, I had less than 12 minutes, so I ran out of time. But I'm annoyed now. I don't think I want to ask him any hard questions. But what do people think are hard questions? Because if you're saying it in your bedroom, I'm gonna ask Eddie this and that. That's in your mind. But if you actually come face to face with him, the questions you think are hard, he'll probably find a way to talk his way out of them. What would you say are hard questions for Eddie Hearn?
Questions he doesn't want to answer, I guess.
Give me an example.
I don't know questions that he doesn't want to answer. Like, so I don't think Eddie would care. But Eddie, I don't know. The thing is, Eddie's a little more laid back than Warren or Bob Allen. You've asked him a hard question. Eddie, like I said, Eddie would just find a way to talk out of it. Probably just either ignore you or just find a way to talk himself out of it, or just say whatever. I guess something he doesn't want to answer, something like the B sample, That's a question that somebody asked way back. Eddie didn't want to answer or get them, talking ways out of it, or something like, well, he's I guess the purse bid thing. How could you bet more? What how could
Okay. Let me answer. Let me do it one at a time. I'll give the quickest guesses I can make. With the B sample, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. He'll say, it's not my responsibility. I'm not the commission. He'll say something like that. It's up to them to sort that out. If you mention the purse bid, but I agree with him. The thing about the fight, it's not going to make that much money. It's a big fight, but the perception in boxing for most people is that Fury is going to school Dylan White. So it's not going to make as much money as people think it will. So I think he did the right thing. But I'll do the same thing. I'd lose the purse. I'll tell people honestly, it's a business. Like I'll tell the fighters, I'm not going to bid crazy money. It's like, as a quick example, that's Sonny Edwards. I messaged Sonny Edwards on Twitter. Hey, Sonny, can I do a Zoom interview with you? And he said, no, I don't do Zoom interviews, but you can come to my gym for an interview. So I chose not to reply. The thing about going to Sheffield to interview Sonny Edwards, it's not worth the money. Now, if he was going to spar me, I'd be willing to travel. But I'm not gonna go all the way there just for an interview. It's not worth my time. Okay. So I hope I'm not talking too much, but I just don't think winning the purse bid is not worth the money. Everyone in boxing thinks Fury's going to destroy Dylan White. It's not going to do that many pay-per-views. No, it's a massive fight, but
I think he can do well. If it's promoted well, I think it could do well. I think it maybe do £70,000 if it's promoted well. Because I think people want to see Fury, in a hometown. And White, even though White got knocked out by Povetkin, people still think White is a good fight. He's underdog, yeah, but I think people still think it's one of those fights. Fury will win it, it's on the A game, but I think we think it'll still be competitive along, White's trains hard, get carried away.
Right, sorry to jump in. When has Fury ever sold out a stadium? When?
Yeah, no AJ. I think I just still think we'll do well commercially. But AJ was that was before, way back when Fury was a superstar. But now because he's built a profile in America, he's beaten Wilder 3 times. He's got the thing with WWE. It's a bigger brand now, so therefore it's got a bigger brand appeal now.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying it can't do numbers. It's going to do numbers. Of course it will.
I can see it coming. We're not going to do 90,000 at Wembley. Not going to do that. I want to see maybe sell maybe 20, maybe 40, 50,000 maybe. You could do well.
No, what I'm saying is the amount of money that Frank, I'm going to call him Frank, the amount of money that Frank Warren has bid for that fight, him and Bob Arum, I don't think they're going to make the money back. I don't see it. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay, look, I'm in Manchester, yeah? You see people all over the place. You see kids, adults, Man United T-shirts. I went past Man United Stadium today. I've never been past. It's massive, massive. That stadium, now that stadium, the same with Arsenal or Chelsea.
Yeah, that can do 70,000 people. That stadium, Old Trafford can do 70,000 people. That's one of the places.
Yeah, go on.
That's one of the places. That's also one of the venues that they're trying to get the fight, held up.
Thing is, yeah, and I know I talk a lot. If you want to jump in, just jump in. What I'm saying, that stadium, when football teams play, they sell out the stadium on a consistent basis. I've tried buying tickets. I've tried sold out. And then you got the clothes, you got the T-shirts, the marketing, and so on. I've never seen anyone walking down the street wearing a Dylan White T-shirt. I think I've seen Tyson Fury once or twice. Very rarely I've seen people wear Team Fury clothing. What I'm trying to say, I'm telling you, I don't think Frank and Bob can make money on that fight. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Okay. We got how many? So Fury White right now. How many people? What audience are we talking about? We're talking about 50,000, 20,000, 80,000. How big can that fight sell? How big is it? A stadium fight? Is it a arena fight? What type of fight is it?
I'll say it definitely sells at an arena. I'd say it should do 50,000 people, something like that.
But it's like to
My
do well
best guess.
financially. How many? So it's 50,000. In that case, it's 50,000 too low. Doesn't need to do like League Stadium. You have to do 60, 70,000, 60,000 to make money.
I think it'll be difficult.
So from your perspective, how big it needs to sell? 60, 70. How big to make a profit?
In my opinion, to the best of my knowledge, and obviously anybody watching this, they could give better insight than me. Where you're gonna make the big money on that fight is from the pay-per-views. And I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I just don't see it selling that many pay-per-views. It will do plenty, but if you talk to the British boxing media, most of them laugh at that fight. Like they won't say it. I'm not gonna name their names. I'm not gonna, dig people out. But most of them, they think it's an absolute mismatch. So tell me if I'm wrong. I just don't see it doing big numbers on pay-per-view.
I think minimum will do 500,000. If the minimum, I think it would do 500,000 minimum. Best, you'll do 700,000 best if White promotes it and trash talk has Freeway and White go back and forth. I think it'd do 700,000, 800,000 bars at the most. I don't think it'll do 1 million. No, it won't do 1 million. I think it'll do maybe between 500,000 to 700,000, 750 max if promoted well.
Yeah, but there you go. That's what I don't see it doing 1 million. It could do 500,000, but that's my point. I just don't see. And look, I'm being objective. I'm not. Recently I've become much more mature. I'm not going to say anything bad about Frank Warren. I'm not. I don't care. I'm not going to say anything negative. Frank Warren has been around boxing for decades. Same with Bob Arum.
Yeah, they've been longer. They've been a boxing promoter, both of them before. I probably even born before him. Not even our parents were even born.
Look, I wish them well. I respect what they've done in boxing, but I just think they've made a mistake. But then again, look, I don't think they really care. I think Bob Arum. I think the guy's 90 years old. I'm sure he's got how much money he saved up over the decade. So yeah, look, I don't. Maybe they know they're not going to make a profit. So look, I wish them well. Whatever they want to do.
I think that the end game is to get help Fury become undisputed. That's the end game. That's what they're betting on.
Yeah. All I was trying to say, the whole point of this conversation, going back to Eddie, Eddie does things for business, accounting. I just don't think he tried to win that pay-per-view, that purse bid. I don't think he wanted to win it. If I was in his position, I'd lose it on purpose. I'd say I'm not going to waste money out of my pocket. It's like Sonny Edwards. I'm not going to go all the way to Sheffield just for an interview. If Sonny Edwards is willing to spar me, yes, but he's in fight mode. He's in camp mode. I don't think he's going to spar. I just don't think Eddie wanted to win the purse bids. So when you say it's a hard question, but I think I've seen some of the interviews. That's what Eddie said. I didn't want to win the purse bids because obviously there becomes a point, and you work in insurance. There becomes a point where it's just too much money to make sense. It's like if you're going to try and insure something, then there's limits. There's a limit to how much.
Eddie would have done it if it was Sky. If Eddie was still with Sky, I reckon he would try to done it if it was Sky.
Yeah, probably. He would have been. I can't say for certain, but
I think possibly. I think Eddie would try harder. He definitely had Sky backing him. The zone is not big enough for that fight to do well.
I think he knows that now, and I think if he was at Sky, he would have tried harder. But because obviously, I think he knows now. Obviously, Sky is mainstream. You'd have more chance. You'd have more. The fight will be big on Sky because Sky gets pumped out 24/7. So you're going to convince people, not people like me. I think it's a good fight, but it's not a 50-50 fight. But you can convince, like Eddie Hearn actually said. He said Dillian Whyte knocks out Fury. He actually said that. So the thing is, if you had Sky, you could actually convince people that Dillian Whyte's he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. So yeah, if he was on Sky, yeah, he would have probably tried harder.
Apparently, there's rumor. The reason why Eddie put was it 27 million? What's his 27 million, 28 million? What was his bid? Or
it's more than that.
Was it like 30 million?
30 something, yeah.
Apparently, he was told that the reason why it was told by a friend of a friend that the reason why he put that money is because that's what Frank would do. Frank's apparently going to put around 30 odd million.
Okay.
Rumor apparently Eddie was told by a friend or something in the boxing world. That's Frank will put 30 million. Therefore, will put 32, 33 million. But I guess you got it wrong. I guess you got the wrong info.
There's a lot of rumors in boxing. I don't know if that's true or not, but the Hearns are accountants. It's business. Like I said, look, I use myself as an example. If I had £100 million in my bank account and that fight came up, I wouldn't bid that much money. I said, I'm not going to make the money back. Simple. So I would have done the same thing, because there's a difference between having money and keeping money. So look, I promise I'm not taking any personal shots. If you look at the company's house, if you look at their company accounts, Matchroom made like 80 million or whatever over the last few years or something like that. If you look at Frank, and I promise this is not a personal attack, Frank is in millions of pounds of debt. So I'm just trying to say, but this is what Matchroom is. Frank Warren, if I'm talking about an objective point of view, Frank Warren's a boxing man. Matchroom, they're just basically, they're accountants, they're business people. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't
hence why he only cares about the brand. If you're not making the money, he's not going to be really promoting you, whereas Frank is more hardcore.
And then the thing is, look, Eddie Hearn's given opportunities to people like Ebony Bridges and Conor Ben, but they're not that good. And it's like, then you're out, I don't know, it's like you're saying stuff like Conor Ben's this, is that, Ebony Bridges, but then when it comes to Terence Crawford, it's like you're not even trying.
Well, I'm not surprised though, because like you said, they're accountants. Terence is a pound fighter, fantastic, one of the best fighters of generation, but not ticket sellers, not pay-per-view drive. Hence why Bob Evans he was annoyed that he wasn't making him money. He was losing all that money on him paying him those big purses to Crawford. If Crawford was a ticket seller, then Eddie would try hard selling him, but he said nah. Even what's his name? Was it Al Heyman, one of the PPC guys, said that the reason why they're not forced about signing Crawford is because they don't see him worth what paying for. You lose money on signing them.
But this is what I'm saying. Boxing's about making money. So the first thing you said, when you said the whole thing about Eddie Hearn and the purse bid, Eddie Hearn's not trying to win it. He wasn't trying to win it.
I agree.
Definitely. As I said, I met Terence Crawford today, and look, I mean, I'm going to try my best to try and get some sort of video with him tomorrow or whatever, but I mean, it's like Sonny Edwards, I keep saying it, but going to Sonny Edwards, going to interview him, it's not worth the money. If I go to see Sonny Edwards in Sheffield, you know how much money I'm going to lose? I'm going to lose £80 for not going to work. Then I'm going to lose probably another, let's just say, £25 for the coach there and back. That's over £100. I'm basically going to lose over £100 just for an interview. If it was a sparring session, I would, because hopefully people are going to notice. I wouldn't do it for an interview, though. I don't care. I'll say it on camera. I'm not going to go out of my way to interview people like Sonny Edwards. They're boring people. It's not going to get enough views. If you're talking about an interview, if you're someone like Al Heyman or Daniel Kinahan, yes. Or Mike Tyson or Anthony Joshua, yes. But not Sonny Edwards. So what I'm trying to say, it's just business. That's a lot of people don't seem to get this. Most people in boxing, in my opinion, they don't care about fighting. They don't care about the boxers. They just care about making money. Like the Al Haymans and these sort of people. So you don't even want to talk to each other. Like, got grown men. Take me, me and Frank Owen have got history. Look how mature I am. Whatever's happened between me and Frank in the past, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm 31 years. I'm not interested. If Frank Owen wants to talk to me, I'll talk to him. But when you get grown men twice my age that don't want to talk to each other, like that's childish.
Okay.
So all I'm just trying to say quickly, they don't care about boxing. They're more concerned about their egos and their money. All of them. The Al Haymans, the Eddie Hearns, all of them. But look how anyway, I've said enough on this.
So basically, so do you think White will fight Fury, or no? Is that fight dead in the water? Because is it Saturday the 19th? That's the deadline. Is either White signs a contract by Saturday the 19th, or the fight is dead in the water and they'll probably fight somebody else?
I'm just guessing. My best guess, to the best of my ability, I think there's a good chance he doesn't fight. I'm leaning towards, I'd say he's probably going to fight, because if he doesn't fight, it's just going to be too much backlash.
Because there's a rumor that Eddie's told White not to go ahead and fight, you know, and they say probably give him a better deal with a possible rematch with Joshua. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you actually think White will fight Joshua a rematch?
He got offered the fight before, turned it down.
Yeah, again, for the same reason, not enough money.
I mean, I'm just guessing, but I can see White turning it down because, I mean, look, even if people say there's going to be a lot of backlash against it, I'm telling you, people in boxing, most of them, you might get people like me and Steve Goodwin, we're different, but most people, and also don't get me wrong, I want money, of course I do, I'm not denying that, but most people in boxing are very greedy for money. So I could see Dillian Whyte just saying, you know what, I don't care, I'm not going to fight him. Well, he might not say it, but he might just decide I'm not getting enough money from the fight. And yeah, people can give backlash and this and that, but Dillian Whyte's a 6'4", he's a big man. Like,
the thing is, I don't understand where's the route from it. The only alternative is a Joshua rematch because they ain't getting that pay to get anywhere else. The only way you make some money is a Joshua rematch.
Look, in my opinion, sorry to jump in, but people in boxing are very weird. So what they would say to Dylan, I'm just guessing from what I've seen before, people just they'll get into his ego and they'll just say, oh yeah, don't worry, leave Fury. You don't need Fury right now. Fury needs you more than you need him. Fury's going to have to come to you. So they'll tell him stuff like that. So for me, I think I can use myself as an example. The reason I'm willing to come to these press conferences, I'm in Manchester right now, the reason I'm willing to go out of my way, I believe if I just keep doing it, if I get like 1 or 2 big sparring sessions, and judging from the conversation I've had with people, I'm Adam Smith, Ben Shalom, they both respect what I do. I'm not just saying that. Soon enough, I believe they're gonna change. They're gonna be a lot more open to me. And like I said, I've got a lot of people's phone numbers. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to show off, but in my opinion, sooner or later, people are gonna have to come to me. So my life's gonna be a lot easier. So this is what I'm trying to say about Dillian Whyte. I'm not talking out of any ego. I think I'm giving good insight. What they're gonna tell Dillian Whyte, just wait. Soon, Fury is going to have to come begging. They'll tell him something like that. That's what they'll tell him. They'll say, oh, Fury can't sell without you, blah, blah, blah. He's going to have to offer you more money. And Dillian Whyte's just going to say, you know what? I'm going to go on holiday and I'm just going to wait for Fury to offer me more money. Oh, we see it happen. Mayweather, Pacquiao. Them guys didn't fight for 5 years. You know, Amir Khan, Brook. How long's that been? 10 years?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I changed my mind. I think I'm probably going to say Dillian Whyte will. They're going to try and delay it. They're going to try and do something. I don't think he's going to sign. He would have signed by now.
Is he not waiting as well for arbitration to be sorted out as well?
And I forgot the arbitration. So he'll probably find some sort of way to weasel out. Also, they'll try and blame something. Like the truth is they want more money, but they'll try and say, oh, it's the arbitration or it's this or it's that. Or I'd say it's probably not going to happen yet. But I could be wrong.
I can't see AJ not fighting Usyk though. I think that I'm very confident Usyk will fight just out of pride and ego that Joshua will fight Usyk in probably May time. That's why I'm confused because apart from the AJ rematch, which I think AJ will definitely fight Usyk. I'm more confident about that than the White fighting Fury. But I can't see what White do next. Where does White go? Where's the alternative other than Fury? Where's his? Because if he doesn't fight this world title fight against Fury, trust me, there's Joker on the horizon. There's Hergovich. There's no easy route to world title. There's no other chance. You're gonna have to wait another 2 years for a world title chance.
Yeah, but look, a lot of boxers. I don't want to go into detail, but in case you haven't noticed, a lot of people in boxing, they make stupid choices. So you're right. If he
Yeah,
doesn't
like you
fight
say, boxers,
Fury,
a lot of boxers are stupid and gullible, easily
I'll say, yeah,
manipulated.
I'll say. Remember, I'm saying it on camera. So if any of them got a problem, like they make dumb choices. You know, I'm not. But the egos get to them. The egos, they think they're more important than they actually are. It's like Terence Crawford. Well, it's like Terence Crawford. You're saying Bob Arum's racist. No, it's not. If Bob Arum's racist, where was his energy before? Where was his energy before? Bob
Yeah.
Arum's not racist. He's not racist. Of course, he's not racist. It's business. They say he's racist. He's not. But you're not. You watch Crawford. I think he's a very good fighter. But you're not Mike Tyson. You're not Mayweather. You go in there, you mess around, and he's a very good fighter. I'm not denying that. But commercially, and even when I saw him today, he came to the open workout, the public workout. He came. He spoke a little bit on the mic. He's a very quiet, boring person. I'm not saying that to have a go, but like you're not Nassim Hamed. You're not. So when you say, "Oh, Bob Arum's racist," they don't promote black fighters, but your style is not the most exciting style. I'll watch it. I'm a boxing fan, but how many people in America know who Terence Crawford is? They don't. I'll bet Terence Crawford can walk up and down the Vegas Strip. He's not going to get recognized. Mike Tyson right now, old Mike Tyson, is more famous than Crawford. So you're saying Bob Arum's racist? He's not. It's not Bob Arum's fault if you're a boring person. So going back to what we're talking about, but a lot of boxers, they say irrational, emotional things which don't make sense. So yeah, you're right. You got Yoka, you got Hergovich, but Dylan White, they're not going to look at it like that. They're going to be blinded by ego. It's like when you fought Povetkin, you know, you can't anybody can knock you out. You can't underestimate anyone. You know, they're not going to look at it like that. If you had any sense, you should have just taken Joshua when you had the chance. Just take Fury right now, man. What are you waiting for? I mean, I've sparred Fury. I've interviewed him. If the opportunity came up for me to interview Fury, I'll take it. I'm not going to sit around. Just do it, man. What are you waiting for? You know? Well, do you agree? Don't you think a lot of boxers make bad choices?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. I guarantee you think he's still not watching the Dev Arms still know they're not fighting Dubai for 100 grand for listening to Eddie for not taking that fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, I don't know what happened there. I need to know what Eddie Hearn's version of events is. But to be honest, I don't really take Dave Allen seriously. I think he's a clown. Look, I think he's a nice guy. But I don't know why people just take him at his word, because you've got a man, an adult man, who said, as a joke, like he's trying to make, as an adult man, you're telling us you don't train for fights. You know, I don't train for fights. I'm a professional fighter and I don't train. Well, you're an idiot then. Because listen, I got dropped in my fight, but obviously the people I'm fighting are rubbish. Which, let's be honest, it makes me a low level fighter. I'm not going to deny otherwise. I'm white collar, which is obviously low level. You're a professional boxer. You think it's a good decision to go in the ring with pros and not train. So obviously, and I'm saying this with all due respect. Obviously, in my opinion, Dave Allen's got brain damage. He's been beaten up by Anthony Joshua in sparring how many times? And when he used to get beaten up by Joshua, this is a quick example. Anthony Joshua never paid him any money. Did you know that?
No, they didn't. Sparring money.
Never paid him.
Okay.
But that was a fact. It's not a rumor. But a lot of people like Joshua, and if Joshua, if I see him, I don't really care. They're quite greedy. Like their mentality is, oh, it's an opportunity for you to spar the champ. That's the way his team looked at it. But Dave Allen said this himself. He basically said, oh, I never got paid to spar with Joshua, blah, blah, blah. But I feel a little bit sorry for him. But at the same time, you're stupid, because I wouldn't let someone beat me up for free. No way. I mean, you could say kill Brook, but obviously I'm not good enough. And kill Brook, that was what, 1 round? But if you're talking about sparring, if someone said to me, Michael, I want you to join me in camp. I want you to spar me for my fight. Also, I'm not good enough, but if I was, I'm not doing it for free. Like, I remember when Wadi Camacho used to spar David Price. I think Wadi was getting, like, how much did they pay him? £75 a day, £80 a day. So what I'm saying about Dave Allen, I don't, I'm not having a go. But if you're dumb enough to spar Joshua and not get paid for it, then I need to know what Eddie Hearn's version of events is. But maybe you twisted these words, or because remember, don't you think we've only heard it from Dave Allen's point of view?
Yeah. We have, but it's very, at the moment we haven't heard both sides.
Yeah, but mate, all I say very quickly, because I don't know, a lot of people seem to be disliking Eddie Hearn. So I don't know. It just seems to me like a lot of people, things seem to be turning against Eddie Hearn. Well, I'm very objective. I've started saying nice things about Frank now. I respect Frank and I wish him well. But look, think about Eddie Hearn. Look, it could have been anything. Maybe he meant, I'll give you the same money for Dubois, but maybe he meant, if you fight an opponent as dangerous as Dubois, maybe that's what he meant. If I'll get you that money to fight, I don't know, Pergovic, but maybe Dave Allen thought it was an open offer. Maybe he thought, I'll get that money to box someone easier, someone like who's an easy fight?
Let me try. Lovejoy.
Yeah, someone like that. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. So maybe that's where the misunderstanding is. Because I've seen misunderstandings happen, even at work. I'm sure the people you work with, sometimes people might mishear what you say. They think you meant something else. So I'm just guessing. Maybe Eddie Hearn, maybe he misheard Eddie Hearn, or no. If you're saying Eddie Hearn offered this money, all right. So where's the contract? Because I'm not stupid. I might not be educated. All I have right now is GCSEs because I dropped out of college. But I'm a very intelligent man. So if you say that to me, I'll say, show me the contract. But I'm not going to take your word for it because things can change. So I say to Dave Allen, but did you get it on paper? You know what I mean? Because people say a lot of things. I know people that are absolute cowards and they'll tell you, I done this, I done that, I can fight. You know what Audley Harrison said the other day? Audley Harrison said, if I was at my best, I would have beaten Vladimir Klitschko. Like, come on, Audley, come on. You would have been. He says that 2004, Superman left the building. But if I was mentally together, I would have beaten Vladimir Klitschko. No, you would have never. No way. It's not impossible, but you ain't beating Klitschko. You're not talented enough. Like not even talented. You're not brave enough. Don't underestimate Klitschko. How many people has Klitschko knocked out? And what happened when you fought Audley? What happened when Audley fought David Haye? You were scared to throw a punch. And if you want me to say it to your face, I'll say it to your face. Yeah, you can beat me up if you want, but I'll get the police involved.
Again, Harrison lacked up. You go and get tough. When he came to the big boys like Haye, Price, Ryder, he was a chicken. He had no heart, lacked balls. He's all right, fine. Danny Williams, like a sport, Mike Logan's of the world. That's fine. Beat them. But when he comes to the big boys, he never had heart. At least Danny Williams, who he beat, yes, showed heart when he fought Tyson, when he fought Ryder Klitschko. He showed heart. Again, anyways, that's him and Harrison. All the best with him. I don't want to talk about Harrison anymore.
Forget him. To finish off, all I'm saying about Dave Allen, because people keep talking about it, Dave Allen this, Dave Allen. Yeah, but look, people say a lot of things, so you hear it all the time. I could do this, I could do that. Larry Merchant, what did he say? What did Larry Merchant say to Mayweather? If I was 50 years younger, I would have beaten you up. No, you wouldn't. What, beat up Floyd? No way. You remember that?
Yeah, I've seen that infamous.
Last thing I'll say, again, I'm being objective. I could be wrong. Maybe Eddie Hearn lied to Dave Allen. Maybe he did. But there's two sides to every story. And Dave Allen, if it was me, if you're going to make that offer to me, I want it on paper. So that's what I say to Allen. Why do you not ask for a contract?
Yeah. Contract. Better be safe than sorry. You should have a contract always. Words don't mean nothing without a pen.
Yeah. I think we covered most of it. We talked about Eddie Hearn. Yeah, I wish, like, again, look, from the bottom of my heart, I wish everyone in boxing well. And even people like Coogan and Ty and Booth, I'll say it very quickly. I wish them well. If they want to spar, I'll spar. If not, you do your channel, I do mine. But yeah, look, I wish everyone well.
That Coogan won't fight you. Coogan is a journalist. He's not a fighter. Ty will only fight you if you're big enough. Ty says he's only going to box people who are big enough, big names. The Jake Pauls of the world, Logan Pauls.
Yeah, look, I think, don't get me wrong, as I become more famous, obviously things can change, but like next time I see Coogan, I'm gonna try and get him on his own, and I'll just get my camera, I'll just have it out with him face to face. Like, look, you've done very well, Coogan. You're very successful. Like, I don't know why you're jealous of competition. Just have a man to man, innit? Like, you've
be safe. Like, be careful though. Be safe. I'll fucking kick your fucking head in. Be safe. Be careful.
Yeah, you got me. But look, I wish everyone in boxing well, and I've become a lot more mature now. I'm not trying to do boxing beefs. If people want to get in the ring with me and spar, we can spar, but I'm not really about that back and forth. It's like you, yeah. I know you don't mind sparring me, but you live very far. You're not going to come to spar me. It's not worth your time. And I'm not going to come to spar you. It's not worth my time. So, let's just leave it there. Like, if you come down to London for whatever reason, if you want to spar, we can spar. But I'm not going to go on my channel and start calling you out. That's silly. So I don't like seeing all these silly little back and forths in boxing. See grown men. If you've got a problem with someone, just sort it out. Just 5 minutes, just talk to each other. Like, I ain't got the time anymore. Right now, all I'll say briefly, mate, I'm hungry. Like, when I say I'm hungry, like, I was in Cardiff last week. I slept at the bus stop. Mate, I'm hungry. I'm ambitious for success. Same with you. You've interviewed Tasha Jonas. You've interviewed Steve Goodwin. Just keep up the good work. Yeah, I wish everyone well. I hope everyone achieves whatever they're trying to do. I'm not jealous of anyone. I'm not hating on it. I'm just trying to do my thing.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anyway, I think that's it now. I think we talked about everything we need to now. Anyways, see the press conference tomorrow. Can't box tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Okay. And any chance of any interviews, or you're just gonna try your best?
No, I'll try. I'm sure I'll get some, but it's gonna be busy. Like, it is a big fight. People don't realize that. But I'm getting there. And the last thing I'll say, the main thing I'm trying to do though, I've been getting people's phone numbers. So if I can just go to people's gyms, it'll be a lot easier. So that's what I'm focused on. But I'm gonna try and get Khan. I'll try and get Khan tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to that. Mike would definitely look forward to you having the next sparring session, especially likes of Khan, and maybe
hopefully
Crawford.
Yeah, if I can try and get Crawford, that'd be amazing.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the episode of Boxing Talk with me and Michael. We'll definitely. I'm going to the Brook actual fight Saturday, so that's gonna be a big event. I'll definitely hopefully get some live footage, and it's gonna be an event, and we'll just see what the outcome of this big rivalry, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching Boxing Talk with me and Michael. Adios, amigos. Take care.
Adios. Take Michael. Well, when you're at the fight, try and take your camera, because there's going to be a lot of people walking around, a lot of celebrities, boxers, and go for it, see what you can get.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, guys, till next time, guys. Box Talk with Michael, me and Michael. Till next time. Thanks for watching.